The PokerDome Challenge is brought to you by MatchinPoker.com. Welcome to the game. Taking a look at our leaderboard, and I guess the first time is a charm so far for John Kohler out of Phoenix, Arizona. He's out in front by 15,000 in chips. Jerry Schrader, well, he's in last place, but you know, at this point, that's not a bad situation as you start the cards here. Line still at 1,000.
Pot limit before the flop. No limit after the flop. That means you can't really protect your hand that much with a big raise, especially with blinds at 1 and 1. So Elizabeth Massey here with a pair of jacks, and Krafchick with a pair of 6, and Horton with a pair of 9s, and Kohler with the ace-10 are probably all going to see this flop.
Fireworks. This will be fun to watch. So far, the Hook's leading this one. A lot of people know they've got some big pocket hands. We expect four-way action, and we expect this one to come to a slugfest.
Ooh, a family pot.
And the great thing for Massey is she's not only has the best hand, she's on the button.
Perfect position. To the flop, an 8, a king, and a 7. Nobody improves. Well, the first to act. Think he might bluff with this one, or check as the clock pushes him.
And
he just blindfolds it. Wow. That's unusual, but again, the inexperience of playing with this situation can make people do strange things.
I'd say unusual is charitable. How about bizarre?
Yeah, not good. At least hang around to see what somebody else is going to act on.
Now Massey has got to decide here. Is Krafchick betting a king? If he is, my jacks are no good.
And her timer's going to push her. Quickly releases the best hand.
Thinking something along the same lines. Well, I like my 9s here, but Krafchick is looking like he's got a king.
And he will push with his clock, but gets it in just under the buzzer. He makes the call. So it'll be Krafchick and Horton. The 9s versus the 6s going to the turn. And it's another 7. Horton started to pick up a little bit. Yeah, he's got the pressure on acting first, and his heart shows that he feels a little pressure.
Krafchick, the speed junkie, says, come on, show me one.
And the river, a 2. So,
I think Horton has got to have figured out he's got the best hand here.
if Krafchick checks on that one, with the king out there, he figures, I gotta be the leader. But again, he's letting that clock run down.
Pair of 6s.
Krafchick missed a bet there on the end. Horton takes down a pretty nice sized pot on the flop. Everybody seemed pretty courageous, but on the turn and river, they put the brakes on. Yeah, put the brakes on. Remember, it's early. Nobody wants to get too far out of line here. They're still getting their sea legs under them. And a potentially huge hand turns into a decent hand. And look at this. Massey has passed those jacks right down to Schrader.
They're back. Pair of hooks for Schrader.
He's in the big blind.
Cole with a nice hand, too. Ace queen.
Player 3, that's 3,000.
He peels off about 5 seconds just checking his cards, wasting that clock.
Schrader needs to raise here.
A call.
Oh, he just calls.
So he smooth calls that. That can come back to haunt you when you slow play those buttons.
Well, the reason why I suggested a raise there is because Schrader's out of position. Now what does he do with that open card?
So the ace queen catches. Kohler now with the best hand with a pair of
5,000.
queens.
5-5, that's 5,000.
And because one was dealt out that Krafchick had it, only one jack left in the deck that could possibly help Schrader. So he's a big-time underdog.
He bets nonetheless. Kohler calls him, and here's your turn card.
10 of diamonds.
Schrader has picked up an up and down straight draw, so his odds have actually improved with that card. He can now catch an 8 or a king for a straight.
Kohler leads out with the bet. His queen's still best.
Call.
Schrader will hang around. He wants to see a river. And it's a deuce. Insignificant. Schrader is the first to make that move. And both players check.
What you got?
Kohler will see that his ladies live and hold up.
Queen.
The Pair Queens wins that one at
No one called the first one.
27,000 chips.
Nice hand.
As John Kohler has to let that one feel pretty good because he won that one. He caught the queen on the flop, the jack's good pre-flop. Again, as you pointed out, you don't bet that, you have no chance of really pushing it off the rest of the junk, but he had a good hand, catches the queen, and that one holds up all the way down to the finish.
With the raise.
A nice pot for John Kohler.
Fold. There, one fold.
Fold.
Two fold.
Schrader is coming right back with a fairly decent hand, the ace-9. But John, he's got to be a little stung after that last one. He lost a whole bunch of chips. Lost 13,000 on that last hand.
Five fold.
He's like, strong. And he's saying, you know what? I need to just take a hand off right here. Get my bearings.
Yeah, you take a little hit, a little gun shy. So Kohler will pick up that pot. He is now our official chip count leader with 75,000 in chips out in front. So the cards are flying from Vegas. This is the MatchingPoker.com Poker Dome Challenge.